Hello, my dear. How are you today? Are you good? Or are you great? If you're ready, let's start our today's lesson. Let's go! Today, we will learn with you one of the great tenses in English language. Past continuous. Let's learn its structure and its usage with you today. For example, past continuous is used to give you the description of the actions that you were doing at a specific time, past time. For example, yesterday, last week, or last month, last year, and other past adverbs. For example, let's read the example with you. For example, I was sleeping at 7 o'clock yesterday. I was sleeping at 7 o'clock yesterday. Next one. She was swimming yesterday afternoon. She was swimming yesterday afternoon. Next. They were playing basketball yesterday evening. They were playing basketball yesterday evening. Next, we have got the question form of this tense, yes? For example, what were you doing at 7 o'clock this morning? What were you doing at 7 o'clock this morning? There are different options here, yes? For example, I was having breakfast. I was sleeping. I was getting dressed. I was watching TV. Okay, my dear? Yesterday, I will show you and give you the sentences that I was doing yesterday. For example, I was listening to music at 7 o'clock yesterday morning. My mother was making dinner at 7 o'clock. My father was reading a book. My sister was watching a movie. Okay, my dear, it is your turn to give the sentences for past continuous. What your family members were doing yesterday. At home, you have to give your examples. Now, let's turn to the question form of the past continuous. We will just put the past to be's in front of the subjects, yes? For example, were you watching TV at 9 yesterday? Were you watching TV at 9 yesterday? If you are doing this action, you have to say, yes, I was. Or if you weren't doing the action, you have to say, no, I wasn't. Do you understand? Good job. Now, my dear, let's turn to the practice. You have got the question here and you have got the pictures, yes? By looking at this picture, we have to make a sentence, okay? Now, let's start. What was he doing yesterday at 7 a.m.? He was having a shower at 7 a.m. yesterday, yes? Yes, that's correct. Now let's turn to the next one. What were you doing yesterday at 7 a.m.? I was having breakfast. Next one. What was he doing yesterday at 7:30 a.m.? He was having breakfast. Good job. Next one. What were you doing yesterday at 7 a.m.? I was getting dressed. My dear, let's turn to the next question. What was he doing yesterday at noon? He was playing football at school. Yes. What were you doing yesterday at noon? I was having lunch. What was he doing yesterday at 4 p.m.? He was reading. Or you can say he was doing his homework. What were you doing yesterday at 4 p.m.? I was sleeping. What was he doing yesterday at 7 p.m.? What was he doing yesterday at 9 p.m.? He was watching TV. What were you doing yesterday at 9 p.m.? I was washing the dishes. Was she watching TV yesterday at midnight? No, she wasn't. She was sleeping. Now, let's turn to the next one. Was she having dinner yesterday at 9 p.m.? Yes, she was. Were you having a bath yesterday at midnight? No, I wasn't. I was watching TV. What were you reading last month? I was reading Think Creatively. What were you doing before this class? I was listening to music. What were you doing before you went to bed yesterday? I was having a shower. What were you doing last Sunday morning? I was making breakfast. What were you doing yesterday while your mother or father was cooking? I was doing my homework. What were you doing yesterday afternoon when your mother or father arrived at home? I was reading a book. My dear, this was so productive lesson because we did a lot of practice for the past continuous with you. I hope you learned the structure and you do the practice for past continuous. That's why we have finished the lesson. Bye bye. See you next time.